Alright, this is Dirty Old Patch. I got one of those flea market finds that I got the other day. I got this for $35. It's in pretty rough condition. It's missing some parts. They got it taped together. The takedown screw's missing. The trigger's missing. The trigger guard's missing. And the butt plate's missing. But it's got the bolt. Here's the price tag. He wanted $50 for it, and I kind of acted like I wasn't interested, and then he said I could have it for $35, and I was like, oh, okay, it'll make a good little project. And I think it'll look pretty nice once it's all put back together. Let me get the nice look inside. It had to be that way so you could see the name of it. It's a Model 41 JC Higgins 22 single shot. But there it is. And I ordered some parts, and the Model 41 is also a Glenfield Model 10 or a Marlin Model 100. So I got a trigger, a takedown screw, a trigger spring, and a trigger guard. So that will be, all I need is the butt plate and the ramp for this. So this is going to be a little project that I'm going to start working on. So we'll see how it comes out. A little 22. I may even order a JC Higgins little 6-power or 4-power scope, like an original one. Make it a nice looking little rifle. All right, we'll see how it turns out. All right, well, I pulled the tape off of it. You can see the inside of the stock. The stock is in pretty nice condition. It's just real dry. I mean, there's like nothing on that wood. And then here's the barrel. Let me see. It's just been sitting somewhere for a long time. I'm gonna try to clean it up. The bolt will come right out. It needs to be cleaned up. Still bluing on it. Whoa. So this is what it looks like out of the stock. Looks like the trigger just goes in. The spring probably goes into this little spot here. And then the pin goes through there. Looks super, super simple. I mean, you couldn't get more simpler than this. It's just like, then when you cock it, I think you just pull this back to cock it. But we'll see what it looks like when it's finished. A little bit here, a little bit there. All right, well, I'm gonna start cleaning this rust off of this thing. I'm just going to use some WD-40 on it to start out with. I'm just going to start on the receiver end. I'm just going to see how it comes. How this comes off. There might not be no finish left on it. Let me just try to get some of this rust off. Yeah, this is very rusty. It's completely covered in rust. Okay, so the wire brush just wasn't taking it off, so I reverted to this little it's like a sanding block, but this right here takes it right off really quick. And it just took me a second and the whole thing, all the rust is gone. Took off any finish that was left pretty much too, but not all the finish is gone. I'm just gonna go over the whole thing with this. Good. It's pretty good. Now this is what it looks like. It's basically like a real little bit of finish left on it. So we're gonna have to touch it up. Alright, so if you got really rusty metal, this works pretty good to clean it off. You could even clean the crown off. It's just styrofoam. Look how I cleaned that. It's not gonna hurt anything. Look at that. Nice and clean. Actually, I kind of like this little sanding block. I got another one that's not got oil. I might hit the stock with that. Let me go wash my hands real quick. You got to see this stuff. This is gun bluing paste, and it works really good. You should wear gloves, but just put a little bit on here. It's like a gel. And you just put it all over the gun and watch what it does. It'll make it look wonderful. Oh, there's the problem. A little bit more. Watch how this stuff works. This gun will look so good when you get this stuff on it. It's like toothpaste. Let me see if I can get it a better angle. It's not professional, but it works really good. And then you go rinse it all off, but it doesn't come off. It just stays on there. Well, after I washed this thing up with Dawn dish soap before I did this. I should have said that. See that? Now it looks like it's been taken good care of. We're running out of gluing. I gotta get this done before I have to go to the store. Look at that, you can see the J C Higgins on there real good because it's covered with blue. We're getting down to the end here. I want to make sure there's enough on there. You really don't want to get it on your hands. When you get to the very end, you're kind of stuck. Flip it around real quick. I had to do this so you could see. You wouldn't think it was a different gun. I missed a little spot right here. Just put a little bit more on there. Let it set in real good, especially right on top. This is called a $35 rifle bluing job. No need to get fancy. All right, I'm gonna go rinse it off. All right, so here's what we got now. You can see it nicer. It looks better than no bluing and covered in rust. So we got it all the way pretty good. Looks like it's just a few little pitted areas. So now we're going to work on the stock. There's the stock. All I'm going to do to it is just take this piece of sandpaper and just run all over it, clean any debris off, because there's a little bit of debris on it, especially right here on the very tip. Just get that off. See that? Pretty nice. Not going to do too much. Going to sand it down a little bit. You can see where that tape was on there. See where that tape was on there? The tape had been on there a long time, I think. Let's get rid of this area. Get a nice little powder. Get right in here. I'm going to do something real quick before I have to go to the store. It's going to make the whole difference of this gun. All right. I'm just going to lay that right there and grab this walnut stain. We need a pocket knife. Let me see what we got here. This one. That should do it. Let's see how this is going to look. Just a little bit of this. Just a little bit to darken it up, just a little bit. Then later I can put some oil on it. I think that looks pretty nice. We'll let that sit. Let's take a quick look at something. See how it's gonna look when it's sitting in there. It's gonna look much better when it's all done. All right, so I started putting a second coat on, then I forgot to push record, but I found the best way to put this stuff on is put it on a toothbrush. And then you just apply it like this all over. And wait till you see how good this looks. You want it to be a thick coat. It's like a paste. Just like that. Just put this on there. Okay. Need a little bit more toothpaste on here. It's not toothpaste. Whoa. It's this premium gun blue paste. Just put it all over it. Do that a little bit. Let's go over the whole thing, all the way to the end. Stick it way up there. Need a little bit more gun paste on my toothbrush. Whoa, that was a mistake. Ugh. Just gonna finish putting it on. Get it all the way to the end, and then just let it sit. Okay, it's covered all the way with this paste. And I just let it sit right over here out of the way, and it works pretty good like that. Now, let's take this. Wipe up this. Put this out of the way. We don't want to get it on the bolt handle. And then while I'm going to try to install this trigger. So it's real simple. This little part spring goes right in there, and then it goes right into that, and then a little pin goes right through here. So you just got to get that little pin right. Oh, where'd that pin go? Put that little pin right in there. And then you just put, whoa. You got to get this to go down just a little bit, just to get this pin in there. Let's see. You got to push pressure on it. Let me see. I thought I saw the hole there. Okay, right there. It should go. Okay, we got it halfway. We got it halfway through. Now we just got to get it all the way in there. There it is. So there's the trigger. So now, you can see it's empty. Now if you put the bolt in it, Now if you put the bolt in it, you have to pull the trigger to get the bolt to go in it now. And then if you cock it, then you can snap it, which you shouldn't do with a rimfire, but we had to test it. So we got that going. Now let's check to see if this takedown screw fits. All right, so we got everything we need here. Now we just got to finish putting some oil on the stock, and then we will be ready to put it together. All right, I got my stock out here. I'm just gonna put a little bit of linseed oil on it real quick. This old rag, my old linseed oil rag. So rub it down and let it soak in. Might as well just rub it down with my hands. Get it a nice, good rub down with linseed oil. I'm just going to keep doing this every couple of hours for the rest of the night. This is the first coat. All right, well, I'm not really set up for videotaping this big, long objects, but I got the sugar put in. I got 2 coats of linseed oil here. Now I'm gonna try to put this action screw, or this takedown screw in, and I think it's gonna be a little tight getting it through here. See if I have a picture. I'll just use this screwdriver. Okay, we're just gonna get it through the wood, and then it should just slide right in once you get it past this. This is just so it won't fall apart. And I think you're supposed to use like a dime or something. And it's gonna go right there. Just like that. And it should tighten right up. So this is the first time it's ever actually been tightened up. Let's just turn it right there, nice and tight. Screws a little bit lower. So now we got the bolt looking pretty good. And now we're gonna put the trigger guard on. Should it go like that? Or should it go like that? It should go like that. Let's get this screw right there. And the other screw right there. Just like that. Tighten these 2 screws up. See if we can get that. It's real easy. This is the most simplest little gun I've ever seen. Let's tighten this up. Don't want to over tighten it. It's a wood screw. There we go. Now we got that. We got that. Pretty sweet. So now we're getting there. Let's pop this out so we can have a look at it. Starting to look pretty nice. $35 little single shot. Looking pretty good. We get the butt plate, get a scope on it. It's gonna look awesome.